नानक की प्रबेनती अपनी भगति लाए। नानक की प्रभ बेनती अपनी भगति लाए। आशा श्री कबीर जीओ के तिप दे 8 दूत के 7 एक तुका एक एक ओंकार सतगुर प्रसाद। बिंद ते जिन पिंड किया अगन कुंड रहाया। 10 मास माता उदर राख्या पहर लागी माया। प्राणी काहे को लोभ लागे रतन जन्म खोया। पूर्व जन्म कर्म भूम बीज नाही बोया। रहाओ पारक ते बिरध भया होना सो होया। ਜਾਂ ਜਮ ਆਏ ਝੋਟ ਪਕੜੈ ਤਬੈ ਕਾਹੇ ਰੋਇਆ। ਜੀਵਨੈ ਕੀ ਆਸ ਕਰੈ ਜਮ ਨਿਹਾਰੈ ਸਾਸਾ। ਬਾਜੀਗਰ ਸੰਸਾਰ ਕਬੀਰਾ ਚੇਤ ਢਾਲ ਪਾਸਾ। ਬਾਜੀ ਕਰ ਸੰਸਾਰ ਕਬੀਰਾ ਚੇਤ ਢਾਲ ਪਾਸਾ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਸਾਜੀ ਨਵਾਜੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀਓ, ਪਿਆਰ ਨਾਲ ਸਤਿਗੁਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਬਖਸ਼ੀ ਹੋਈ ਫਤਿਹ ਦੀ ਸਾਂਝ ਪਾਣੀ ਦੀ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਸੋ ਪਿਆਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੁਕਮਨਾਮੇ ਦੀ ਵਿਆਖਿਆ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਤੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਦੋਨਾਂ ਜ਼ਬਾਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸ਼ਮਲ ਕਰਨੀ। ਗੁਰੂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਰਹਿਮਤ ਕਰਨ। ਹੁਕਮਨਾਮਾ ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਦੇ ਅੰਗ 481 ਤੇ ਸੁਭਾਇਮਾਨ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਭਗਤ ਕਬੀਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦਾ ਉਚਾਰਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਪਵਿੱਤਰ ਤੇ ਪਾਵਨ ਹੁਕਮਨਾਮਾ। ਕਬੀਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਗਿਆਨ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਜਨਮ ਜੋ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਕੀਮਤੀ ਜਨਮ ਹੈ, ਵਡਮੁੱਲਾ ਹੈ। ਬੜੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਭਾਗਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਮਨੁੱਖਾ ਜਨਮ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ। ਭਾਈ ਮਾਇਆ ਦੇ ਲੋਭ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੱਗ ਕੇ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਕਿਤੇ ਗਵਾ ਨਾ ਲੈਣਾ। ਸੋ ਸੁਚੇਤ ਕੀਤਾ ਕਬੀਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ, ਬਾਜੀਗਰ ਸੰਸਾਰ ਕਬੀਰਾ ਚੇਤ ਢਾਲ ਪਾਸਾ। ਇਹ ਸੰਸਾਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਬਾਜੀਗਰੀ ਹੈ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਚੌਪੜ ਦਾ ਖੇਡ ਖੇਡਦੇ ਆ। ਕਬੀਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਵੀ ਆਪਣਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪਾਸਾ ਉਹ ਠੀਕ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਢਾਲੀ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਪਾਸਾ ਕਿਹੜਾ? ਚੇਤ। ਉਸ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਨੂੰ ਚੇਤਨਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਹਿਰਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਸਾਉਣਾ। ਜਿਨ ਹਰ ਤੇਰਾ ਰਚਨ ਰਚਿਆ ਸੋ ਹਰ ਮਨ ਨਾ ਵਸਾਇਆ। ਇਹ ਸ਼ਰੀਰਾ ਮੇਰਿਆ ਇਸ ਜਗ ਮੈਂ ਆਇ ਕੈ ਕਿਆ ਤੁਧ ਕਰਮ ਕਮਾਇਆ। ਸੋ ਇਹ ਉਪਦੇਸ਼ ਹੈ ਜੋ ਕਬੀਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ in today's Hukamnama is giving us the wisdom. Bhagat Kabir ji by profession was a Julaha. People from Julaha community, they would weave the cotton and make clothes. Kabir Sahib was classed as low in the society because of his profession. But yet, he was able to realize God and fulfill the mission of this life. Whereas the priest of the temple, the Pandits and Brahmins, the Maulvis, they could not attain union with God because of their arrogance. But Kabir Sahib was very open-minded. His devotion to God was absolutely amazing, selfless, and full of love. That is why in the Gurbani it is mentioned God doesn't look at anyone's class or caste. Anyone from any caste or class can attain union with God. God who is beyond any classes. God doesn't look at any class. God doesn't look at the religious labels people have. That only people from this religion will emancipate or liberate. God doesn't entertain any of that. God is looking at the intentions, the love and kindness one acts with. So Kabir Sahib in today's Hukamnama reveals that God has given us this human body, which is very precious like jewels and diamonds. It has been created by God. So there must be a purpose. What is the purpose? Kabir Sahib reveals बाजीगर संसार कबीरा चेत टाल पासा. Chet means to remember and keep in memory. Tal pasa, it means the dice. So this whole world is a game of chopper. Chopper is the game where you throw the dice, you get a number, and then you make moves. It can be snake and ladder or some other game. Throw your dice correctly so that you are the winner. And then you can only win if you have God in your remembrance at all times. This world is a bajigari, is a game. Bajigar sansar kabira chetatal pasa. So that is the purpose of this life. And Guru Amardas Ji Maharaj explains it so beautifully in simple words. ए शरीरा मेरिया इस जग में आय का है क्या तुद कर्म कमाया. Referring to his own body, Guru Amardas Ji Maharaj is questioning why I am here in this world, why God created this body. I see people day in, day out, even my own grandfather, my father, they were absolutely fine working, enjoying their lives, doing kirtan, doing seva, but one day they left their body. They died. So question is, what is the purpose of this life? So Guru Amardas Ji Maharaj reveals, जिन हर तेरा रचन रचया सो हर मन ना वसाया. God who created this beautiful body for the very purpose that you enshrine love for God and attain oneness with God. You haven't done that yet. So this is the purpose, so that our mind is focused on serving God and we realize God. And remember, there are so many worldly entertainments, so many worldly players. The player of attaining union with God and realization of God is the supreme player. Those who have experienced that, they will never return back to the materialistic players. जाको रस हर रस है आयो सो अनरस नाहि लपटायो. Those who have tasted the pleasure of realization of God, they will never turn back to the materialistic players because they are all tasteless. So what are we waiting for? It is a reminder for us to do what we have come here in this life to do. So Kabir Sahib reminds us, आशा श्री कबीर जियो के तिप दे अठ दो तुके सत एक तुका एक. Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj included the composition of Bhagat Kabir Ji into Guru Granth Sahib's volume, gave them respect. Guru Arjan Dev Ji gave respect and honored those saints from various religions, Islam, Hinduism, those who had attained union with God. Because once you attain union with God, you don't want any religious label. You become Khalsa, you become pure. Kabir Sahib says in the Bani, Kaho Kabir hum paye Khalse. I become Khalsa, I become pure by enshrining love for God in my heart. So, Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj has included this composition of Bhagat Kabir Ji under the Rag Asa. When Shabad is sung in Rag Asa, that creates the mystic calm within the mind. Mind is totally focused and understands the essence of the Hukamnama. So let's find out what the message is today. Ik Onkar Satguru Prasad, we must remember our Creator. There is only one Creator, Ik Onkar, who sustains the creation, manages the creation with his might, intelligence, and wisdom. And no one can replace God. Ik Onkar, no one can replace it. Satgur Prasad, all the wisdom, all the joy come from God. बिंद ते जिन पिंड किया अगन कुंड रहाया. Bind means father's sperm. Pind means pinda, the body. Agan means fire. Kund means a pot, but it implies mother's womb. Rahaya means keep safe and nourish. It is a reminder for all of us. We all, every one of us, was in mother's womb. We didn't exist. Father's sperm and mother's egg, when they came in contact, this body started forming in mother's womb. Just a tiny little two particles, egg and sperm, come in contact in mother's womb, and God spins his miracle, casts his magic from little two tiny particles which cannot be even seen with the eyes. This body was formed, and God preserved the body in the fire of the womb for 10 months, approximately 10 months. Kabir Sahib mentions in the next line, Das Mas Mata Udar Rakhya Bohor lagi maya. Das means 10, mas means months. Mata means mother, udar means womb. Rakhya means to protect and preserve. Bohor means when child was born and brought out of the womb, was surrounded by the materialistic objects, father, mother. Child came to know about the relationships, money. Thought came to my mind, if you give millions of pounds to a child or give a diamond to a child, it means nothing because child hasn't developed that intellect and wisdom yet. So when same child grows, becomes greedy, becomes attached to the maya, the wealth, diamonds, jewelry. This is mine, this is mine. So when child is in mother's womb, child is connected with God, meditates in mother's womb for however long child is in mother's womb. It can be up to 10 months. Child may be born prematurely. So essence is in mother's womb, God preserves the baby. Without God's help, no one can be born, no one can exist. So Kabir Sahib is saying, wake up. Have you ever thought about God who has brought you into this world? If answer is no, start today. Stop watching all these movies and medias, wasting your time. The research has been done that people who watch television and they are still using their mobile phones before sleep, they are very disturbed. They end up developing mental health issues. Some people can't sleep. So advice is keep all your mobile phones away from you 2 hours before you go to bed. When you start meditating upon God, the experience is so amazing. You don't want to touch your mobile phones. You don't want to indulge in the materialistic players. You don't want to watch movies because you are in absolute state of joy, the anand. You were kept in mother's womb for 10 months. God preserved you. Be grateful to God. प्राणी काहे को लोभ लागे. Prani means a mortal or human being. Kahe means why. Lobh means greed. Lage means so immersed. Ratan janam khoya. Ratan means jewels and diamonds. Janam means human life. Khoya means to lose, to waste. You never ever remembered God. You have never enshrined God's love in your heart. God who has brought into this world did you a favor. You have lost all your human life in waste. You have gambled it away. Why you are so stuck in the attachment of this world? You know all your friends, your forefathers, they have all left the world, leaving everything behind. They couldn't take anything with them. Still, you can't understand. Life is not to accumulate the wealth. Life is not to attain worldly fame, to be famous. Life is to merge back with your creator. पूरब जन्म कर्म भूम बीज नाही बोया रहाओ. And then Kabir Sahib reminds, Purab Janam, Purab means previous. You have wasted so many lives previously because you did not sow the name, the seed of God's name, God's love and devotion in the soil of your mind. That is the reason you have wasted so many lives. That's the reason. How? बारक ते बिरद पिया होना सो होया. One thing we must understand, there was a life before this life. So I had previous life where my soul had a different physical body. It may be a body of human, it may be body of animals or birds, we don't know. But what I do know is that this life is so precious. Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj describes कई जन्म भय कीट पतंगा, कई जन्म गज मीन कुरंगा, कई जन्म पंखी सरप होयो, कई जन्म हैवर बिख जोयो, मिल जगदीश मिलन की बरिया, चिरंकाल एह देह सजरिया. Chirankal means after long, long time, this body has been blessed to you. But in previous lives, your soul had the body of a little insect, a moth, elephant, other kind of animals like fish. You have been in the body or physical body of a tree. So all these are different lives which one has to go through to come back in human life. Some people have good karmas, they are blessed with the human life again so they can complete the journey if they have completed 90% of their journey. For example, there have been so many cases whereby people got onto the righteous path, got there 90%, and they had to complete 10% of the journey to attain oneness with God. They were given the opportunity of coming back in human life again. So we don't know where we have come from. Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj raises this question, कित्थों उपजे, कह रहे, कह माए समावे, जी जंत सब खसम के कौन कीमत पावे, कहन ध्यान सुनने से भगत सुहावे. Agam Agochar Sahibu, God knows it all, we don't know it. We don't know where we have come from, where we're going to go. There's all uncertainty. But that uncertainty is replaced with the confidence, the faith in God when we start praying to God to show us the righteous path so you can always abide in Anand, in bliss. Coming back, Barak te bird pya hona so hoya. Barak means a child. Bird means an old man, an old person. People say I'm getting old. A lot of people dye their hair so that they don't look old. But it is a natural process. There are a lot of anti-wrinkle creams you can get. and people apply, but still it's not possible to hide the wrinkles when you get older. So many actors and actresses you see, they have gone old. Their body looks frail. The beauty has just gone. So Kabir Sahib is saying it's not a surprise. This is the law of nature. Anyone who is a child grows up, becomes adult, and then gets old. But one thing you must remember, God made the old age for a reason. What is the reason? Hair get gray. It is a reminder, have you done the deed you have come into this world for? ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕੰਮ ਤੂੰ ਕਰਨ ਆਇਆ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਕੀਤਾ ਕਿ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਤੇਰੇ ਵਾਲ ਧੋਲੇ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਚਿੱਟੇ ਹੋ ਗਏ your hair have gone gray have you attained union with God yet when you start getting wrinkles another reminder look your time is getting closer have you realized God yet have you attained union with God yet so there's a reason and this is law of nature no one can avoid that in Asa ki Vaat Bani Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj addresses those people who came to Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj and said, we are getting old. Is there any way to escape the old age? Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj replied, Je jarwana par hara, jar ves karendi aiya. O rahe na pariya paiya. Don't worry about the old age. If you dedicate your life to God, God will give you the energy and pleasure of youth. The devotees of God, they never feel the old age. They are as productive in their old age. But ko rahe na par ye paiye. Anyone who has been created by God has to leave this world. This is definite. But devotees of God, they become fearless. They have no fear of death because they understand the reality. ਜਾਂ ਜਮ ਆਏ ਝੋਟ ਪਕੜੈ तबे काहे roya. So now one becomes old. The jam, the messenger of death, they come around, get hold of the person through the chot means from the hair. Why do you cry then? There is a regret. So people who indulge in materialistic pleasures and affairs, they don't, they are not able to merge with God. They regret in the end. Because after the death, the soul or the Sukham Shrir, which is the subtle body, exactly looks like the body we have, is made to sit, and the account of karma is read upon by the righteous judge, Dharamraj. You were created by God, you were sent into this world, and you didn't even spend time with God. You have been so busy and you haven't attained union with God. You have done all these things, all the movie, the video is played. That is the story of the whole life. And one cries and regrets. So Kabir Sahib is saying, Tabe kahe roya? Why do you cry then? Whilst you're breathing, understand the objective of this life and work towards it by praying to God. जीवने की आस करें जम निहारे सासा. Jivana means long life. As means hope. Jam means messengers of death. Nihare means are watching you. Sasa means your breath. Everyone has been created by God and given number of breaths. After the count is completed, one dies. So Kabir Sahab is revealing that divine principle, divine truth, that everyone wants to live for long time, but the messenger of death is counting your breath, is watching you. As soon as the count of your breath you have been given is over, jump, the messenger of death is going to take you away. This is reality. बाजी गरी संसार kabira चेत ढाल पासा. So we have done the translation of this line. Kabir proclaims, this world is a game of chess. You make a move very carefully. You make such moves that you stand victorious and you become one with your creator. So ਕਬੀਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਪਵਿੱਤਰ ਹੁਕਮਨਾਮੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਉਪਦੇਸ਼ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹਨ, ਭਾਈ ਇਹ ਜੀਵਨ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮਕਸਦ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਕਰਤੇ ਪੁਰਖ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਅਭੇਦ ਹੋਣਾ. ਗੁਰੂ ਅਮਰਦਾਸ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਬਹੁਤ ਸੋਹਣੇ ਸੁਨਹਿਰੀ ਤੇ ਸਰਲ ਸ਼ਬਦਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਮਝਾਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ, ਇਹ ਸ਼ਰੀਰਾ ਮੇਰਿਆ ਇਸ ਜਗ ਮੈਂ ਆਇਕੈ ਕਿਆ ਤੁਧ ਕਰਮ ਕਮਾਇਆ. ਕਿ ਕਰਮ ਕਮਾਇਆ ਤੁ ਸ਼ਰੀਰਾ ਜਾਂ ਤੂੰ ਜਗ ਮੈਂ ਆਇਆ, ਜਿਨ ਹਰ ਤੇਰਾ ਰਚਨ ਰਚਿਆ ਸੋ ਹਰ ਮਨ ਨਾ ਵਸਾਇਆ. ਇਹ ਮਕਸਦ ਹੈ. ਕਬੀਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਉਹ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਦੀਆਂ ਵਡਿਆਈਆਂ ਦਾ ਜ਼ਿਕਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਉਸ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਨੇ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਬਣਾਇਆ, ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਪਾਲਿਆ, ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਸੰਭਾਲਿਆ. ਉਹਨੂੰ ਚੇਤੇ ਕਰ. ਬਿੰਦ ਤੇ ਜਿਨ ਪਿੰਡ ਕੀਆ ਅਗਨ ਕੁੰਡ ਰਹਾਇਆ. ਮਾਂ ਦੇ ਅਗਨ ਕੁੰਡ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਅੱਗ ਲੱਗੀ ਹੋਈ ਸੀ, ਉੱਥੇ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਛੋਟੇ ਜਿਹੇ ਬੀਰਜ ਦੇ ਕਣ ਤੋਂ ਤੇ ਮਾਂ ਦੇ ਰਕਤ ਤੋਂ ਤੇਰਾ ਇੰਨਾ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਸਰੀਰ ਮਾਂ ਦੀ ਗਰਭ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਣਾਉਣਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤਾ. 10 ਮਾਸ ਉਧਰ ਰਾਖਿਆ ਬੋਹਰ ਲਾਗੀ ਮਾਇਆ. 10 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਦੇ ਕਰੀਬ ਕਈ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਜਨਮ ਜਲਦੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ, ਕਈਆਂ ਦਾ 10 ਮਹੀਨਾ ਦੇ ਬਾਅਦ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਕਈਆਂ ਦਾ 9 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਤੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ, ਪਰ 10 ਮਾਸ ਮਾਂ ਦੀ ਗਰਭ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਪਾਲਿਆ. ਤੂੰ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਉਸ ਮਾਲਕ ਦਾ, ਸ਼ੁਕਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ. ਜਦੋਂ ਤੇਰਾ ਜਨਮ ਹੋਇਆ ਤੂੰ ਤੇ ਮਾਇਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਖਚਤ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ. ਪ੍ਰਾਣੀ ਕਾਹੇ ਕੋ ਲੋਭ ਲਾਗੇ. ਉਹ ਪ੍ਰਾਣੀ ਤੂੰ ਇੰਨਾ ਲੋਭ ਕਿਉਂ ਕਰਦਾ. ਰਤਨ ਜਨਮ ਖੋਇਆ, ਰਤਨ ਵਰਗਾ ਕੀਮਤੀ ਜਨਮ ਤੂੰ ਗਵਾ ਲਿਆ. ਜੇ ਹਾਲੇ ਤੱਕ ਤੂੰ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਮਿਲਾਪ ਨਹੀਂ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਕੀਤਾ ਤੇ ਇਹਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਜਨਮ ਤੇਰਾ ਵਿਅਰਥ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ. ਹਾਲੇ ਵੀ ਸੰਭਲ ਜਾ. ਪੂਰਵ ਜਨਮ ਕਰਮ ਭੂਮ ਬੀਜ ਨਾਹੀ ਬੋਇਆ. ਪਿਛਲੇ ਜਨਮ ਵੀ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਬਰਬਾਦ ਕੀਤੇ ਤੂੰ. ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਜਨਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੀ, ਕੁੱਤੇ, ਬਿੱਲੀ, ਘੋੜੇ, ਹਾਥੀ, ਮੱਛੀ, ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਜਨਮਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੂੰ ਭਟਕਿਆ. ਮਨੁੱਖਾ ਜਨਮ ਵੀ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਤੈਨੂੰ, ਫਿਰ ਵੀ ਤੂੰ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਮ ਦਾ ਬੀਜ ਆਪਣੇ ਮਨ ਦੀ ਧਰਤੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਬੀਜਿਆ. ਤਾਂ ਕਰਕੇ ਤੇਰੇ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਜਨਮ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ. ਰਹਾਓ. ਬਾਰਕ ਤੇ ਬਿਰਧ ਪਿਆ ਹੋਣਾ ਸੋ ਹੋਇਆ. ਹੁਣ ਤੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਬੁੱਢਾ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ, ਵਾਲ ਚਿੱਟੇ ਹੋ ਗਏ, ਵਾਲਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਰੰਗ ਲਾਉਣਾ ਪਈ, ਮੈਂ ਜਵਾਨ ਲੱਗਾ. ਭਾਈ ਬੁਢਾਪੇ ਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਟਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦਾ. ਜੇ ਜਰਵਾਨਾ ਪਰ ਹਰੇ ਜਰਵੇਸ਼ ਕਰੇਂਦੀ ਆਈ ਹੈ, ਕੋ ਰਹੇ ਨਾ ਭਰੀਏ ਪਾਈਏ। ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਪਈ ਮੈਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਲੰਬੀ ਉਮਰ ਹੋਏ ਮੇਰੀ, ਪਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਭਾਈ, ਜਿੰਨੇ ਸਵਾਸ ਮਾਲਕ ਨੇ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਨੇ ਉਹਨੇ ਭੋਗ ਕੇ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਜਾਣਾ ਪੈਣਾ। ਬਾਜੀਗਰ ਸੰਸਾਰ ਕਬੀਰਾ ਚੇਤ ਢਾਲ ਪਾਸਾ। ਇਹ ਚੌਪੜ ਦੀ ਖੇਡ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ, ਇਹ ਤੇ ਪਾਸਾ ਢਾਲ, ਚੰਗਾ ਪਾਸਾ ਢਾਲ, ਵੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਚਿੱਤ ਚੇਤੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਨੂੰ ਵਸਾ ਲੈ। ਇੰਨੀਆਂ ਬੇਨਤੀਆਂ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਨ ਕਰਨੀਆਂ। ਭੁੱਲਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਤਾਰਦੇ ਹੋਏ ਫਤਿਹ ਦੀ ਸਾਂਝ ਪਾਣੀ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਬਿੰਦ ਤੇ ਜਿਨ ਪਿੰਡ ਕੀਆ, ਅਗਨ ਕੁੰਡ ਰਹਾਇਆ। ਦਸ ਮਾਸ ਮਤ ਉਦਰ ਰਾਖਿਆ, ਬੋਹਰ ਲਾਗੀ ਮਾਇਆ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।